Hi, my name's Rob. I'm going to start this. It's going to wiggle. This is my first time. But I have a lot of other stuff that I do. A lot of posts. I won't tell you where or why or what. I want you to know something about me. I experienced a health event about 1.5 years ago. And it ousted me out of a career that I'd been in for 16 years. And it was a good career. However, it was the type of career that had an amazing amount of stress. More so than most. And generally it affects people's hearts. It's an presumed injury for a lot of the folks that work that career. This is not about that career. I don't care about it. It blessed my family's life as much as it did, for as long as it did. But I found myself on the other side of that health event wondering, what do I do now? How do I recover? And what happened, maybe is miraculous. Two things happened. One, I decided that I would walk. Rather than get in the fetal position and become a victim of my own circumstance, of that health event, or of what some people could think are negative events at that time, losing a career, worrying about my family, all that. I simply, for some reason or the other, we'll call it a greater power, helped me understand that walking movement would make all the difference. And here I am doing that. 1.5 years later, and I walk routinely about 7,000 steps. That's somewhere in the neighborhood of 3 miles every day, every 24 hours. And sometimes I don't all get it all in the same hour. Sometimes it has to be broken up because I have full-time work now, something else. However, I'm on here sharing this with you because my response to that event for me has become profound. Walking has made all the difference. Not only walking, but because that career was so toxic mentally, I realized why I had the health event. I was in a fight or flight, fear-based response almost 24/7. I'd go into a restaurant, I'd sit down. No, there was no sitting down, by the way. There was checking where the exits were. There was needing to be in a booth that backed up to a wall. There was needing to see everyone that came in. Threat, not threat. Threat, not threat. That became my mindset. And now, here I am, getting myself out of that mindset. Two things have made all the difference. One, walking as a medication, as a recovery from the health event. Two, as a meditation, as a way to calm my mind and my soul from that fight or flight response. And I'm only on here because it's been working. I start the mornings with gratitude. Small things. Systems that were set up that sustain us, our body, our heart, our mind. Breathing. Small things. But were you to not have those things, you would immediately know how grateful you've been your whole life for them. You just didn't realize it. And that's how my days start now. And then, of course, I've done that so often because I do it daily as part of my walking, my beautiful mornings. Because now I work full time, I start my mornings a couple hours early. I do whatever it takes so that I have those moments to start not in a cortisol producing mindset or demeanor, but in a calm response, so that when I put on the lenses of gratitude for the day, it serves me well. It serves everyone around me well. I just thought I'd have you walk with me and understand my perspective, and I will be sharing some of the things I've been learning because they're profound. They've made all the difference in the world. Both with health, strength, and with wealth. It's amazing how when you get one thing consistent and proper in your life, how it affects all the other things and it brings them in line. And you experience success in those things. That's a subject for another thing, another time. But I needed to say today how important this has become to me. I won't even begin to talk about the study that I've done on walking. You see that eucalyptus tree behind me? That's part of something that's really important to me. My prior career, these types of things never came up. Negativity, cutting each other down just to survive the day, saying absolutely horrendous things, seeing horrendous things daily. You would never hear someone of my peers talk about how beautiful that eucalyptus tree is there. You wouldn't hear that, but it is. It's got an amazing bark that's multicolored. It's incredible. It's strong. And I'm going to show you that tree. You can see that it grew straight up, right? But then obviously it started leaning that way. So it had to correct. It had to start leaning to the right with a large portion of its branch so that it could stay straight. I don't know if you find that to be amazing, just that lesson alone. But that's where I find myself in my life. Starting to tip over, and I had to make a correction. And I did, and I have, and it's made all the difference. And I study people that live in blue zones now, that live routinely to 100, and you know what the thing is? I'll just give a little bit to you, since I'm ranting. They move every day, they walk. Certainly the equivalent of 7,000 steps. Sardinia, Italy, they walk upstairs. Stairs that most Americans couldn't handle, but they do it daily, routinely, over and over. They become adapted to it. It's part of what they do. Okinawa, Japan, they garden, they move, they walk. All the different places that are blue zones, there's only about 5 or 6. People live to 100 years old routinely, not because it's some anomaly, not because of genetics, it's because what they do in their environment. I'm studying this. Me. I'm creating my own blue zone in my own life. Another thing they do is they eat clean, fresh. Yeah. Meat sparingly. All of which I'm working on. You know, I'm in a Western society. I'm in a society where people don't think about things like that. They eat. Oh, they eat. And all the people that create food, if it's not farm to table, then it's taken a step through a factory and there's additives and there's this and that, and that's a whole another subject for another time too. But I will ask this, why is it if you go to Italy and you eat bread and you have a gluten allergy, why is it that you don't get sick or triggered? Just a question. Hypothetical question, an answer that could be answered in really thinking about it. Adjustments have to be made, just like that tree, in order to survive. I'll give you 2 more things from a blue zone. There's only 5. Another thing is called Ikigai. I-K-A-I-G something. I'm not trying to do a spelling bee for you. You can tell I'm breathing hard. I'm going uphill right now. But I'm still working on me. It's daily. Small little increments of getting better. That's called Kaizen. Why do I study the Japanese culture? because they're healthy of mind and of body. They eat clean. That's what I want. I want to live. I want to be here as long as I can. I have people. Another thing, part of the Blue Zone is deep, meaningful relationships. I have some, and they matter to me, and I want to be around for it. I'm choosing every day to do that. The purpose of this post is to introduce myself, Rob, and join me. We're going to learn about what walking can do for you. Walking and other health studies to research as we walk. These are things that are just in my mind now. I love it. I'm grateful for it. I told you how I start my days. My days are beautiful. They didn't used to be. And anytime you're in a situation where anything can happen in a violent way, most people don't even think about that. There's a whole subset of society that's separated from society that have to be dealt with. And those folks, for one reason or another, happen to run on a non-gratitude type of lens for life. And it lends itself sometimes to violence. And it's not okay. To live every day like that, all I want to say is if you are, where I walk there's hardly any traffic. But that moment was a slight pause because I have a walking partner that means the world to me. And I had to make sure she was safe. It's about feeling safe. You know, walking is a meditation and as medication has brought me more of a mindset of safety, but it's not lost on me that anything can happen at any moment, and I am prepared. Always prepared. But do you know how many people are out there, maybe you, that haven't figured this out for yourself? You want to know why there's ill health going on up here? It's because you're being harangued by a narrative mindset that is fight or flight. It's anxiety, it's fear, it's hate. It's all the things that I want to help you understand don't have to exist. Those narratives are someone else's narratives. They do not have to exist in your life. They don't certainly have to run your life. Every moment looking over your shoulder or whatever your version of it is. Sleepless nights, loud sounds. Where do they put you? Good Lord. The things people have had to see and do is hard. Anyway, welcome. Welcome in. Water's warm. You got this. I'm going to throw one more study at you. They did a study of people that walk 7,000 steps or more per day. Religiously, consistently, not on a spurt, not like I'm going to go to the gym and work out like a madman today, skip a few days, recover, and then drink some caffeine and go do it again. No. Eat clean, eat fresh, take care of your beautiful self, love yourself enough to take care of yourself. And it says, if you walk those 7,000 steps, you shall live more than what you were going to. I believe the statistic is that you will have a 50% less chance of dying early, of early death. Bring that to me. Bring that to you. Live your life in a beautiful way. All right. There it is. For what it's worth, it's moving the whole time. You can tell me if it drives you nuts. I'm sorry. I'll get there. This is just me. Wrinkly, authentic me. 25-cent shirt that I got at a dollar store years ago. I'm not ashamed to wear it. That's part of wealth thinking, by the way. But health thinking is what I'm talking about. Okay? Talk to you soon.